15 Things You Didn't Know About Mazda. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome to another exciting original video presented by Alux.com. Today we're revealing some unknown facts about Japanese automaker Mazda. Masta started out in 1927 as the Toyo Cork Kogyo company. The name was then shortened to Toyo Kogyo and finally changed to Mazda in 1984, although every car model they produced before that time bore the name. The company was founded in Hiroshima, Japan, and contributed greatly to Japan's war effort in the First and Second World Wars. In the Second World War, they primarily produced weapons like the Type 99 rifle, but after the war, they shifted their focus back to auto manufacturing. Masta always wants to produce something unique and innovative, and this can be determined even by looking at their earliest vehicles, some of which we'll discuss shortly. They established a market in Japan and then started exporting to European countries and the United States in the 1960s. They received increased interest, particularly because of their Rotary engine, which they specifically developed to differentiate themselves from other Japanese car companies. Mazda has introduced some very popular cars in the market, including the Mazda MX-5, Mazda RX-8, Mazda CX-5, Mazda MX-5 Miata, and the Mazda 6. Mazda has been around for 90 years, and they continue to innovate and bring exciting new features in every model they introduce. They might not get as much attention as some of their competitors, but they are a resilient company that is committed to producing high-quality vehicles that their customers will love to drive. So, that's enough with the intro. Let's take a closer look at this Japanese car brand with the 15 things you didn't know about Mazda. Number 1. Mazda started out as a cork manufacturer. The company that would become Masta was originally named the Toyo Cork Kogyo Company, and its primary purpose was to produce artificial corks for the needs of the Japanese Army in World War I. The company nearly went bankrupt after World War I when the market for cork depleted, but was saved by Hiroshima Savings Bank and other local business leaders. The company was revived in 1927 when the management decided to switch their focus to car manufacturing. Number 2. For 14 years, they only produced one car model. In 1931, Mazda introduced a three-wheeled open truck called the Mazda Go Auto Rickshaw that was unlike anything else on the market. It looked kind of like a motorcycle with an open truck bed. It was the first car manufactured by Mazda, and it was sold by Mitsubishi in Japan. The unique vehicle was so successful that it was the only model produced for 14 years. In 1945, Toyo Kogyo halted production of the car to turn their focus to the production of military equipment. Mazda also produced other three-wheeled truck models after the war, including the K360 and the Mazda T2000. Number 3. Their first passenger car was released in 1960. After producing cork, trucks, and military equipment for decades, Mazda finally released its first passenger car in 1960. The Mazda R360 was a small rear-engine, four-seat coupe capable of going up to 52 miles an hour. They produced this lightweight car model for 6 years. In 1962, they also added the two-door sedan Carroll 360 and four-door sedan Carroll 600 to their lineup. These models enabled Mazda to secure the majority of the lightweight car market in Japan in the 60s. Number 4. Mazda is the number 5 automaker in Japan. Mazda has some tough competition in Japan, and right now it is the number 5 automaker in the country, trailing behind Toyota, Nissan, Honda, and Suzuki, and it's the 15th biggest automaker by production worldwide. North America is its primary market, although the U.S. market share fell to a 10-year low of 1.7% in 2016. Number 5. The Mazda MX-5 Roadster is the best-selling two-seater sports car ever. In 2000, the Guinness Book of World Records named the Mazda MX-5 Roadster, also known as the Mazda Miata, the best-selling two-seater sports car in the world, with over 500,000 cars sold. By 2015, that number had almost doubled, with nearly 1 million sold. Number 6. The Mazda emblem was inspired by an owl. Mazda has had a few different emblems over the years, but its most recent emblem has been in use since 1997. Designer Rei Yadimara used an owl's wings as his inspiration for the emblem, and he was surprised when Mazda management later saw an M in his design, since that was not his intention. The company's official explanation of the emblem is that the winged M represents Mazda with stretched wings. Number 7. Mazda gets its name from the god of an ancient religion. Zoroastrianism is one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions. It was established 3,500 years ago in ancient Iran. Mazda gets its name from the religion's god of light, Ahura Mazda. The company hoped that associating the name with the god of light would brighten the image of their vehicles. Number 8. Ford bought a 7% stake in Mazda back in 1979. Ford has had a long relationship with Mazda that began back in 1979 when they bought 7% of the company, and they engaged in several joint projects over the years. By 1996, Ford owned 33.3% of Mazda, but from 2008 to 2015, Ford gradually divested their stake in the company until they held only 2.1% of Mazda. Ford and Mazda also severed most of their production and development ties. Number 9. A total of 683 Mazdas participated in the largest ever Mazda parade. On June 15, 2013, 683 Mazda MX-5s set a world record for the longest Mazda parade in Lelystad, Netherlands. This beat out the previous record for Mazda when 459 Mazda MX-5 owners conducted a parade in Essen, Germany in 2010. Number 10. In 1991, the Mazda 787B made history at the 24-hour Le Mans race. In 1991, the sports prototype racing car Mazda 787B secured the first victory by a Japanese marquee at the 24-hour Le Mans endurance race. It also is the only car with a rotary engine to ever win the competition. If you want to learn more about a car brand that has a much better track record at Le Mans, click in the upper right-hand corner to watch our video of 15 things you didn't know about Porsche. Number 11. Hundreds of Toyo Kogyo factory workers died in Hiroshima. Toyo Kogyo, which would later be renamed to Mazda, was Hiroshima's largest employer during World War II. When the entire city of Hiroshima was destroyed after the United States dropped an atomic bomb on August 9, 1945, a total of 400 workers from Toyo Kogyo tragically died. Number 12. Henry Ford flew to Japan to get permission to produce rotary engines. In 1972, Henry Ford flew to Hiroshima to negotiate a licensing deal with Kuhei Matsuda so that Ford could start producing rotary engines to put in their cars. However, Matsuda understood the value of the technology and flatly refused to make a deal with Ford. Soon after, Matsuda launched a worldwide marketing campaign in which the rotary engine was presented as the answer to high fuel prices. This brought an increased interest in the Mazda brand, and worldwide sales took off. Number 13. The 1975 Mazda Road Pacer was the first car with an anti-hijack function. Mazda has always tried to offer new technologies and functions in their cars. One example of this is the anti-hijack feature that they included in their 1975 Road Pacer. They were the first company to introduce such a technology. The feature would enact the car's central lock whenever it would go over 10 miles per hour in a hijack situation. Number 14. The Patrick Dempsey Edition Mazda CX-5 was introduced in 2012. The former Grey's Anatomy star is a spokesperson for Mazda, and he has raced Mazda cars multiple times, including an RX-8 in Daytona and a Mazda 787B at Le Mans. In 2012, Mazda recognized his contribution to the company with the introduction of the Patrick Dempsey Edition Mazda CX-5. The CX-5 Dempsey is a compact crossover painted in matte black with anatomy gray paint and red detailing. It comes with a Bicycle S-Works tarmac road bike and a Thule Atlantis rooftop cargo box. Number 15. The director of X-Men 2 revised the script to accommodate the Mazda RX-8. X-Men 2 director Bryan Singer worked closely with Mazda to prominently feature the Mazda RX-8 in the film. He even revised the film's original script to better fit the vehicle. The Mazda RX-8 X-Men car is driven by Wolverine in the movie, and it has been equipped with a new generation Renesis rotary engine. It has a mutant blue exterior with an X-shaped grille, a customized rear spoiler, and a trademark X on the nameplate of the car. Now that you've learned more about Mazda, do you think they'll be able to improve their standing in the global market? Let us know what you think in the comments. Still here? Here's a bonus fact for sticking around. The world's fastest RX-8 is the highly modified racing Beat Bonneville RX-7, which recorded a top speed of 242 miles per hour, although the designers hoped it would reach 300 miles per hour. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.